quip today is, I forgot my watch. I don't know what time it is. I'm confused. You have a watch? What time is it? Please help me. I'm sure most of you will recall always seeing me have a watch, even with this shirt all the way down and jacket on. For some reason, I've always done it. Feel free to look at the pictures that are out there. Every single one that I put out, I'm wearing a watch somehow. And feel comfortable looking at some of the watches. I like watches almost as some people here like shoes. Now, you can spend a lot or you can spend a little. And go ahead and look through these. These are for yours to take. Read the pullouts. If you look at the watches before you, one of those watches there is extremely cheap. $2 is all I paid for it. And yes, I did have it checked. There's no gold on there. It works. I kind of wind it up though, so I don't know if the time's always accurate. Another one of those watches, I don't know which one it is, it's got the soft band instead of the metal bands. For those of you that know about my motorcycle accident, that was the watch that I was wearing. It still works, and it's a little, it slid with me, so it doesn't look that good. You'll also see in there a watch that I like because of the background that it gave me. I don't like wearing it. It's not a metal band. It says GMC Truck Sales Master. And yes, that was a gift. I didn't pay for it. I did what came natural to me. All I did is have to pay a little bit of income tax on it, which is a piece of cake. Of course, you got to send the watch out, bring it back, and they did it for a period of years. Every year is a diamond that they put on there. Then they quit the program, so I ran out of diamonds. Not that I'm a bad salesperson. They quit the program. So to me, that watch was free besides the band that I put on there. If you look at them, they have different bands, different manufacturers. And did anybody in their room ever go to Las Vegas? Because I did. Now, I was fortunate to win enough money and not give it back that I went to one of their resale shops, and one of those watches is from Las Vegas. So I was going there regardless, but at least it almost felt like a free watch because I still have it. I didn't give it back all to Las Vegas. I kept something besides some of those pictures that you see here in front of you. Wearing watches to me is fun. One is it's kind of tough to tell anybody, I'm late, because they're going to see I'm wearing a watch. How could you be late? So if you are going to be late, take your watch off and say, I'm late, I didn't know what time it was. And of course, lose your phone. Because a lot of people tend to deviate towards the phones for watches, which is nice. It's not a watch. Now, you can purchase a variety of them. You can spend a lot, you can spend a little. I'll bet if you look in your drawers at home, in somebody's drawer, and a family member's drawer, not maybe your neighbor, they could have a little watch sitting there. It could be quite old. It's probably not functioning. Take it in, have it checked. Also, in my papers, you'll see that I have all my watches checked. You can do it yourself, or you can pay a professional to do it. That'll cost you a little bit of money. The better the quality watch, the more you're going to pay to have it cleaned, serviced, sealed. Because yes, some of the watches you'll see before you can go a couple 100 feet plus underwater and still come up working where you might not be. So certainly, try to do something different. When you leave today, the stores will still be open. You can go look and buy yourself a watch. Buy a cheap watch. Buy a not cheap watch. Get run over by a car and buy a real nice watch. Now, don't get run over by a car, trust me. It's not something I recommend anybody to do at all. It's just nice having something still left over as time goes on. Oh, time, did I say time? To recoup the fact that you do like watches. Oh, there's the one that I have to wind up all the time. I don't like it. It was $2, but it's kind of cool. It looks different. And I wish it was gold. It's not. One of those there does have some gold trim on it. It's an expensive piece. It's got little pieces of gold. I don't have the Rolex, which is gold everywhere, but I do have one that's pretty nice. Now, at the place I work was a car dealership. One group of people comes in, and it was a mother, maybe her husband, and maybe 2 children or children of one of her spouses. And the mother's watch wasn't working. And I said, your watch isn't working. She says, oh, I forgot to wind it up. Now that tells me, one, that she has a little bit of money. So they could buy anything they wanted in the place, and it would be very nice. So she took her watch off and wound it up and wound it up and wound it up. And yes, it was one of those expensive watches I can't afford, a Rolex. And it wasn't your entry-level Rolex either. This lady, this nice, kind woman, being very polite and casual, had about a $10,000 to $12,000 watch on. To me, that's a lot of money. And she said, oh, you just got to wind it up. She probably says, okay, I forgot to do it, wind it up and good. But it's amazing those little things you can do that I think will make a difference. You can go visit places, you can go look at stores, look for sales. Michigan City Lighthouse Outlet Mall, I've been out there, a couple watches I bought out there. Yes, they cost me a lot of money. They cost a lot more than what it cost you at the mall to buy some of these watches. You can keep them, you can take care of them, and use them for a long time. And like them, at least I do. As you see, I store them carefully, and I watch them closely. I enjoy it. It's one of the things that I enjoy doing. I wake up in the morning, and I wonder, what shirt am I going to put on, and what watch am I going to wear? Do I want to look a little different? And I think if you look at there, someplace, there might be one that says Harley Davidson, and it's a watch. Is that confusing or what? Now remember, be on time. Don't be shy. Look in your drawers. You might end up finding a watch laying around. It'll cost you a couple bucks to go get the battery, and you can have fun doing it and be on time all the time. Mr. Toastmaster.